rallied against you. It won't be an easy election, but to win it, your only hope is to get every element of your base. You need those young libertarian kids who voted for Gary Johnson. You need them. You need the social conservatives, the fiscal conservatives, the defence conservatives, the moderates. You need those 2 million GOPers who stayed home last time.
That's right.
You need the 4 to 6 million Christians, evangelical Christians, who don't vote. Don't vote at all. You need every element of your base to win it. Are you going to get that with a Chris Christie or a Jeb Bush?
No.
Not a chance. Karl Rove told you last time, go out and get the independents who don't actually exist. And he spat on his own base and wonders why 2 million of them didn't even come out to vote. Would have been enough to tip the election if they had come out. So what I would do, this is what I would do if I was a man like Ted Cruz right now. I'd want to put that coalition together now, early, big time, before Jeb Bush or Chris Christie gets ahead of steam up. I want to be out there now, but every element of it needs something. Every element of it needs to be inspired and get something out of it. So I'd do something like this. I would say, okay, I want to take this country back and restore the Constitution. I'd go to all these groups and say, this is what I offer you. The first thing I'd do, I'd put someone like Alan West on my VP ticket. Okay? Jim DeMint is going to be my special advisor. Then I'd go to the Libertarians and I'd say, look, you know guys need to be on board this time. This time you need to be on board. I'm going to make Rand Paul Secretary of the Treasury. He can do what he damn well wants with the IRS and the Federal Reserve. There you go. John Bolton's going to be my Secretary of Defence, Secretary of State. Dr. Ben Carson, Secretary of Health and Human Services. Mark Levin, Attorney General. Sarah Palin, Secretary of Energy. Drill baby drill, all you want.
Yeah.
I'll go through the whole lot. And for those Christians who care about the education of their children more than anything else, who hate Common Core and the Department of Education, I'd say to them, you come out and vote for me, I'm going to make someone like David Barton Secretary of Education. Now if you went to all those groups and you promised them that and were public about it, do you think they would rally?
Yeah.
Would you rally to a ticket like that?
Yeah.
Would you be enthused about it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's an impossible dream?
No.
It's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
All those leaders are there now. They're all out there. The base is out there. The base is waiting for the leadership. It's all there to be united and joined together so that that group can take back this country and finish what Reagan only started, which was restoring your constitution and gutting your federal government. It's all there, folks. Now I know that's not easy. That's a lot easier said than done. But what's the alternative? If you don't do something like that, this country ain't going to be like France, folks. It's going to be like Venezuela, then Cuba. Do you want to leave your children that?
No.
But if you work, and you work for 3 years, I know you've all had a hard time. You've done 3 or 4 years of thankless, hard work. A lot of you are tired and very burned out. I can understand that. But what I'm asking for is 3 more years. Because that next election is going to decide your country's fate. And if you work hard for 3 years and give it your all, the very least you're going to get is the ability to look your children in the eye and say, I gave it everything. Is that not worth something?
Yeah.
And if you win, think what you could deliver them. The greatest, most prosperous country the world has ever seen, again, far eclipsing what you've even seen before. Isn't that worth fighting for?
Yeah.
And it's there, the leaders are there, and the base is there. You have to hang together and not hang separately, as Benjamin Franklin said. It's all there for you folks. So you think that's possible?
Yes.
Do you think it's a path to changing this country?
Yes.
I think it is, folks. It's all there. Now we have to look at something in perspective here because, look, it's tough. What I'm saying is real hard. It's not going to be easy. But you think back to those first American revolutionaries. A bunch of farmers and lawyers and shopkeepers and blacksmiths took on the greatest military empire the world had ever known and bloody well beat them. They were chased across every state, lost virtually every battle. They were freezing and starving in Valley Forge. They were almost done. Almost done. They staged a counterattack. They took out the British at Yorktown and they won. Now they had some help, folks. There's a great quote from Goethe. If you are bold, powerful forces will come to your aid. Now they had the French, they had the Dutch, as Stephen has reminded me. They had a lot of help. But you've got to know, George Washington regarded his victory as miraculous. And it was. There's no way they should have won it. You know, that revolution was supported by less than 10% of the population. Less than 3% fought in it. Things haven't changed, folks. 40% of the country supported the British. But they won it because they were bold and they didn't give up. So you think about what you're going to do over the next few years, folks. Because you've got a choice. You can play more golf, you can have more holidays, or you can fight for your country and your children's future. And you may win. No promises, but you may. And wouldn't that be something? So, you know, those guys who were starving to death in Valley Forge, do you think they understood their role in history, their place in history? They were just worried about surviving. Just day to day. Where's the next meal coming from? But we understand their place in history, right? Because we can see the great country they gave you. And we honour them for it. So how about your place in history, folks? 200 years' time, you think about this, in 200 years' time, some young kid will get up in front of a civics class or a history class, maybe in a high school in this town, and he'll say, hey guys, guess what? You know how we've studied the American revolutions, that second one, when everybody thought this country was done, but the patriots stood up and they fought and they fought and they saved the Constitution and they restored the Republic. And the liberty and prosperity we enjoy today, we owe to what they did back then. We know the story, right? Well, I did some research into my family background. I found out something amazing. My great-great-great-great-great-grandma and granddaddy, they were in the mass Tea Party. They were here in this town, folks. Wow. How proud would you be? How proud would you be? So I just want to say to you guys, thank you so much for what you're doing for your country and for my country and for liberty. God bless America and God bless you all. Thank you.